Hello. Shiz, curious. Oh, curious said needle felting. Okay. Shiz, where would you like your point to go? Cross stitch. You got it. And cat couch. Alright. Y'all, Mittens thought he was, being sneaky. And, was hiding in a cat tunnel thing and was like, haha, you can't get me away in time for your stream to start. So I instead lifted and pulled the whole cat tunnel into the other room. Because he wasn't leaving, and I was like, buddy, I have to start stream. Like, it was 3 o'clock, and I'm like, dude, because he proved to me today that he does, in fact, know how to and will participate in illegal math. Hang on, I'm trying to find it. Mm-hmm. The gate says that there's illegal math happening. Where's my other phone that I used to do my time-lapse videos? Because if I use my actual phone, then if, like, James has to call me, then I can't answer. Hang on. Oh, Artie's right here. Sorry, don't run. I don't want you. Found it. Alright. Okie dokie. So, last like meowed at him and Mittens meowed back. And overall, the two of them were just pretty friendly. Let me zoom that out for right now. We'll figure it out. 2 hours to go. You got this. I would ask if you all want to see, but I know that the answer is yes. So, hi Tizza, how are you? Do you want to come see Maple? Great job! Oh my god! Then everyone got treats. Because I was like, who the heck are you? What have you done to my cat? Because Maple is not normally... And then... Also, Mittens is huge. I weighed him today, and I think that we might need to cut back on his food, even though he doesn't look fat.
Buddy, you did so good.
When he came in, he weighed 11 pounds.
Yeah, good man.
He weighs 15 now. And like I said, he doesn't look fat.
I'm so proud of you.
Um,
I'm so proud of both of you.
Thank you for the streak.
Nice.
And then Maple was like, I'm gonna smack you, but his
Okay.
nails were withdrawn and his tail wasn't fluffy, and I'm like, okay, that could be a playful thing. It wasn't like a,
That was gentle.
you know, I hate you thing. And I think
Be nice. Be nice. You boys have more in common than you know. You want to say hi again?
so overall they did great.
Maple's still here.
And Mittens was like
Buddy, I'm so proud of you.
interested but not like hyper
I'm so
focused.
proud. He's unbothered. That's nice.
Does he come back? Yeah.
That's nice.
I think, wait, the other video is this angle. Was it really Calliope?
Is that your new buddy? Yeah? Come here. Be nice. Be nice, Maple. It's okay. It's okay. You can smack him back. It's allowed.
So, all in all, a really, like, successful, you know, interaction between the two of them. Then, what was really fun, right, was I brought Maple downstairs and...
Sir, I believe when I brought Maple downstairs, I left you on the other side of that. How did you get in here?
How did he get in there, you ask? I was okay with leaving him out because the girls were in a, like, space that he couldn't get to them. So I was like, let's just see what happens. And he was like, perfect. No one's here. Yeet. What a stinker. Today, while he was just out before stream started, and Pippin was on the other side of the gate, he decided to jump the taller baby gate to see her. And I was like, no. Love that for you. You can't do that. You can't. But I messaged the shelter today and I was like, so He's doing really good. And, like, FYI, you can remove the shy from his panel, like his About Me section. And I told them all about how good he was over the weekend with, like, my parents and, like, you know, with Soot's parents and everything like that. And I was like, he is no longer shy. Like, that ship has sailed. He's good. He's ready. And I told them how good he is, like, even with Maple swatting at him, and, like, he didn't get nasty. And I'm like, he definitely, I think, can be in a household with other cats, no problem. Yeah. At least we know he can do math. Mm-hmm. I have no idea. My phone, it's plugged in. It has 16% battery. I don't know if I should. That feels not enough. All right, we'll use my main phone. No one call me. I mean, to be fair, he was kind of timid at first. Like, he was nervous. But that left very fast. All right. Let's Hello, silly. How are you? We're doing a butterfly today. $35 stream streak. Dang. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. More dotting. Yes. It's dotting Wednesdays. Do you want me to zoom this camera in a little more? I'm genuinely so tempted to diamond dot when you get home. Do it. Hi, Ghost. How are you? Good to see you. Starting a new full coverage. Definitely do it then. I think I might need to refresh the wax in my multi-placer tool. It's acting a little not grippy. The carousel horse you got around Christmas. Ooh. I started and finished a project today. Okay, overachiever. I love that for you. That's like such a good feeling, isn't it? I have finally been editing. Very overdue. The Soot Sprite update for Maple's page. I've like got most of the voiceover done. And now I have to just like do the overlays. Cause I have this little sneak peek. When we were like cat sitting, I basically filmed on time lapse us walking there. Like I just filmed my feet. Nothing like, you know, not like the roads or anything like that, but just like as I walked, like here were our feet. Because I thought it would be like a fun little like juxtaposition to show like how close he is now. I don't know. But also like how far it was like in cat legs. Because they would walk that distance like every day. So I have to like, I've added, you know, like screenshots and things like that from our conversations, but I need to add like overlays of like us playing with them and, you know, because as fun as the foot thing is, well, I guess it's probably really fun for some people. I don't want it to just be like pavement while we talk because people aren't going to listen. Use my foam variety rollers. My hair looks real, Oh no! You don't like how it turned out? Well, if it's just like you used curlers, you should just be able to wash it and undo what you did, unless I misunderstood. Yeah. At least it's an easy fix. Like, my mom told me today, we had like, she called me and we were just chatting about, she was like, so we ran out of like lotion. Oops. When they moved. And so she's like, I bought, you know, like new stuff. And she's like, you know, it's like a vino. She's like, it smells really good. And, you know, I've been really enjoying it. And this and the other thing. She's like, but I noticed, I'm like, you know, I've been really, really itchy. Like where I've been using it, you know, mostly like on my back and my legs. She's like, you know, and I was like, oh, maybe it's like the scent. That's bothering or whatever. And like last night she finally was like, you know, it just drove me crazy. Like I was itching so much. So I was like, what's going on? And she looked at the bottle. Y'all, for the last week and a half, my mom has been using conditioner as lotion. So then she was talking about how like she grabbed like, you know, wet paper towels and was like wiping off her. I'm like, Mom, why didn't you just get in the shower? Like, why didn't you just get in the shower and wash off? And she paused. And she's like, well, it was late and Dad was already sleeping. And I'm like, you have more than one bathroom. Like, what do you mean? So it's similar. Like, yeah, okay, the hair thing, that sucks. But at least there's an easy fix. Like, you could just wash it and your hair will, you know. I hate that it didn't work out the way you wanted it to. But at least it's not something super difficult to fix. But I was laughing so hard. And I was like, how did you not? She's like, it felt so good when I showered the next day. I'm like, well, yeah. They do. And especially like, you know, Aveeno, I would typically think of it as a lotion first, not like a, you know, shampoo or conditioner. Like Pantene, I would not think that they would make a lotion. You know what I mean? Like they are a hair care line. But to be fair, Aveeno, I would normally think, like, you know, if you're not paying attention, it's lotion. Oops. See, this feels like it's, yeah. This like makes me a little frustrated, but at the same time, I'm like, the the paper isn't exactly straight. So, yeah, it's fine. Interesting. I haven't used like Bath and Body Works since I was probably in high school, if I'm being honest. Sound like something I would do, especially if it was something that's the brand is a little. Yeah, agreed. I like Jergens. And doesn't make you itchy. Yeah, I hate the feeling of most lotions. Same. Honestly, I have found Working Hands and CeraVe to be the least offensive feel uh lotion, if you will, like for how it goes in. Their Halloween line. Yeah, I like their body sprays were always what I liked more so than like lotions or anything. Um I feel like I used to have like a lotion that matched like my body spray in like my bag. Those were not lined up at all. Definitely more scent than anything else, yeah. And an eczema lotion, and that's it, yeah. What's been hard for me with the hives have been trying to find something that like moisturizes, but I guess doesn't. It's not even that it irritates my skin. I just feel like if my skin can't breathe properly, the hives end up staying longer. Like they don't disappear as quickly. So that's frustrating. I definitely think, and this is something I'll have to like talk with the specialist about, that either my cycle has something to do with the hives or sugar does, which doesn't, according to like what I have Googled, sugar should not affect chronic hives the way that it did. But like I had that can of Sprite on the 4th of July when my family was here. And that night I was so itchy, and the next couple of days the hives were way worse. And now that it's been a few days and I've been like watching how much sugar, you know, I have in like my snacks or beverages or whatever, they're calming back down. And like that doesn't necessarily make sense, but I'm like, it's all just stuff at this point that I'm just trying to like gather information for the doctor. Gloves in a bottle? I've never heard of this. Made your face hot after using it on your legs. Your skin hates it. Itchy for like a week. Ooh. That's strange. I feel like, because Was that what I was told to use when I had gotten my tattoo? I feel like it was. I feel like that's such a gentle lotion, but you know, again, every body is different. I was getting really good about using like moisturizer before the hives. And now it seems like if I use too much, it irritates. If I don't use enough, my skin is irritated and it's like, it's such a cluster. I hate it. Doesn't make any sense. Skin just hates something about a lot of those lotions. Doesn't it suck that there's like no way to tell these things except for like just trying it? Like the only way that I'll know for sure if it was Sprite that caused the hives to blow up is to drink it again at some point. Like, not anytime soon. But like, that's just the way it's, you know, like... Mix some water in to dilute it a bit. That's true. I'm almost trying like an every other day method right now to see if that's like okay. Well, that was crooked. After a shower, just to combat soap and water drying out. Yeah. I normally put lotion on before bed. I shower before bed too, so it's similar. Because if I put it on during the day, I'm just going to wash it off. Get up. Oh my gosh. Those all stuck really goofy. There we go. She's your favorite dino Pokemon? She's a cutie. Her and her evolution. Honestly, good choice. You love that one too? Right? that would be cute, Allison. Oh, I can't yet. I did it later yesterday. That was the only issue with me doing it when it was mentioned. Because I think you can only do it every 24 hours. Oh, every 20? Oh. Dang, I hope James stops into stream. Because he just texted me that he's on his way home, and I just remembered I forgot to tell him that we need paper towels. And I can't just text him because my phone, I'm using it to record this. My thoughts to your thoughts. Come to stream, James. I can't believe he's ignoring me. No, he doesn't check my Discord. When I asked him to post the photo or the video that he took for Calliope in Discord, and he was like, where? And I told him where. He had like, I don't even know how many @ notifications in that Discord. It's fine. I can message him on ads. Because I pause the video when ads play. Just don't let me forget. Husbands, I know. The urge to just like do this whole last bit is very high. Hi Diego, how are you? Giant Snorlax lights up the sky, yeah. The beacons are lit. Oh, I missed. Of course I did. Why do I feel like I'm sitting off balance today? What's everybody else working on today? Are we gaming? Are we crafting? Are we working? Hello, Allison. Reporting in for Team Allison. Very good. I will note your arrival. That's the wrong thing. That's not this symbol, Megan. Work back in the office for the first time in like 3 weeks. Ugh. Was playing Tamagotchi, now just enjoying stream vibes. Fair enough. Let go. Currently trying to felt in the ends of my Bun's new shirt. Oh? Oh, I have to post a progress photo in the like my stories on Instagram. I ended up working on like a bunch of confetti stitches last night in my full coverage piece, and I only got like 114 stitches done. And I was like, oh, this sucks. Like, it's gotta be done. Damn it, there was one more. Oh, you're spinning yarn right now. I love that. What kind of fiber are you spinning? That's one thing that I haven't really done like a lot of. Or like, I guess perfected. Is spinning. I would like to get better at it. Exactly. It was just one of those things where I felt like I had done so much more. And then I looked at how much I had done and I was like, oh. I was like, yeah, I'm doing great tonight. A lot of like starting and stopping thread. Which is like my least favorite thing to do. If I could just If it could just start and stop on its own, that'd be great. I would really appreciate that. Pale blue and green wool that I'm spinning. I'm pretty new, but dove in hardcore and love it. I love that. It's the only way to dive into a new craft. With reckless abandon. Damn it. Come here. Oh, thank goodness it didn't fall open. Whew. Rambouillet. It's springy and stretchy. Ooh. Thank you for the pronunciation, too. I am really bad at pronunciation. So I appreciate it. Hydration. All right. I suppose that's a good idea. Oops. Oh, that's not uncovered. I should have done that bit. I don't want to pull this case back out for 4 more dots. That's just silly. Hi, Petrichor. How are you? I don't know why I like started going like this and then I just decided to like keep doing all the browns instead of continuing to like work my way down. Sometimes I don't understand the way my brain works. It's like find all the brown colors first now. Oh, all right. I guess. Striking. All right, let's go back up here. Start following the path, see something shiny, go that way? Yeah. Yeah. Oops. Hi, Smoothie. How are you? Before you hop on a call, good. Slept for over 12 hours. Oh my gosh. I hope that you feel super rested. I do. Good. I love that for you. I will say that, like, the Diamond Art Club, like, sticky, I don't know, the putty that it comes with is really good quality. Like, it lasts a really long time before I need to either add more or refill it or whatever. I'm pretty pleased. Like, I'm just now getting to the point where I'm like, yeah, it might be time to refresh what I've got. But, like, I haven't done that in a hot minute. And this pen, it comes, like, loaded. Like, the stuff is inside the pen. Yeah. The wax, you just twist it and more comes out. Now, the multi-placer tool, you have to, like, replace. Like, the wax doesn't come out that side. Yeah. It's, hang on. Let's see, can we... No, you can't really tell. But, I mean... Like, if you look at that, that's all wax in there. Mm-hmm. Gotta lurk, no worries. Thank you for lurking. And the pen came with the kit. So, I don't know if they sell more. I'm sure that they do. Or like if they sell refills for these pens. But it's quite nice. And it comes with this little cover. It came with this. As did like 1 or 2 small trays, which I'm not, well, actually they're pretty big. But like the trays that you could pour the dots in, it came with like, I think 1 or 2 of those as well. Right now, the only thing that I'm using that didn't come with this is the little, these trays are from Amazon. These, like, so I don't have to pour it out. And I definitely recommend that for something this size. Very helpful. It's very nice to not have to pour out a bunch, transfer it, pour it back. Excited for that part of your large one. Order the same set. Already organized your drills? Yes. I'm excited for you. It's been an hour? Oh, gosh. All right. Well, I guess it's stretch time. Somehow. Freaking go back in the container. Oh, my God. Okay. Take a stretch, get a snack, a drink, use the bathroom, take your meds, move your laundry, call your husband to pick up paper towels. That's a reminder for myself. I'll be right back. Chat, I just had big brain energy during that ad break. Thank you for hanging out through ads. One of the things that drives me crazy is when I'm trying to get drills out, right? Like this is my little box that I needed extra. They're normally stored in the thing like this, right? So obviously if I'm pulling out this one, they all fall down. And then when I have to put it back, I have to go like this and like, you know, shove it in. Well, this one, since it's little, I have lying so that I can just go like this and it's easier. And I was like, I guess I could lie it on its back, but then it's going to be really hard to see. Chat. Hold on. Literally, turn it. So now, there's How did it take me? How many weeks have I been doing this? Why did it take me this long? Why have I been bothered by this forever? And I just now was like, oh, turn it. Duh. Brain blast. Oh. Anyway. James is getting paper towels, so. Hooray. And this is about to be a lot nicer. Literally noting it. Yeah, I know. Alright. Let's do this funky guy, which is number 30. Oh, this is so much nicer! Have thought about it, you got there. Yeah! I got there eventually. Because I always dreaded having to grab something, like, off of the bottom. Because I'm like, oh, all the little trays are going to have to be shifted. What a pain in the butt. This was all the way at the bottom. I didn't care. This, oh, is game-changing. I'm excited to see the bright blue drills of the butterfly. Me too. Tell Ross to F off. Yeah, Ross. I just think that it was funny that my first thought was, like, to lie it down. And I was like, yeah, then it's going to be hard to, like, see some of them and not just to rotate it. Like, sometimes we overthink things, you know? Oftentimes we overthink things. Hey, Kit Kat. Sometimes all we need is a change of perspective. It does take up more space lying down, yes. It takes up the same amount of space turned sideways, though. Oh, so last night I was sitting on the couch and Artie was on my lap, and James, like, got up to start taking out trash, because that's a boy job. I take out the recycling when he's home. Anyway, obviously when he was gone for 8 months, I did everything, so he's been like, no, you sit, I'll do it, and I'm like, damn right. Anyway. So I'm sitting with Artie on my lap, and he's like, hey, can I see your phone? And I was like, yeah, sure, why? What's up? And he's, like, poking around on it, and I'm like, do you need... Because we organize our phones very differently, like our app storage, so, like, you're welcome to my phone. You can look through it, you can do whatever. Like, you know, there are some people out there who, like, freak out about their, like, people looking... I'm like, you're good. And I was like, what are you looking for? And he's like, hold on, I got it. And I'm like, all right. And he hands it back to me, and it's my bestie who I was talking about yesterday on stream that I haven't talked to her in forever. And it, like, he pulled up her contact card and he hands me the phone, and he's like, while you're sitting there, he's like, call her. And I was like, I'm not going to call her because she has a kid. And I was like, but I will text her. And he's like, text her right now. And so I did. I texted her, and I texted one of my other friends who I hadn't spoken to in a while. And I was just like, hey, it's been a minute. Hope you're doing good. And the other person, got back to me right away. And they were like, I'm so sorry. It's been so long. Like, things have been hectic, even though it's the summer. Listen, I'm so sorry. How are you? Like, we talked for a while. And it was good. And, you know, they even were like, because when I mentioned that James was home and, like, you know, things are finally, like, adjusting again, they were like, I'm so sorry I wasn't a better friend while he was gone. And I was like, I knew I could have reached out to you if I needed to. Like, I did, you know? Like, this person had offered, like, you know, I could go stay with them for a bit while James was gone if I needed to, and, you know, whatever. Like, I knew that they were there. It was fabulous, and I was like, okay, this was great. Didn't hear back from my bestie, and I was like, that kind of sucks. You know, like, that one kind of hurt a little. I heard back from her this morning. And, you know, I said, like, I sent both of them, like, the same message. And she was like, what did she say? She's like, we're doing fine. Like, how are you? And I was like, oh. And it felt really weird. And I messaged back. I was like, oh, you know, like, hanging in there. Definitely doing better now that James is back. You know, 8 months is a long time. Haha. Haven't heard anything back. And I was like, the duality of the responses really sucked. Especially when this is, like, someone that I've known for 20 plus years. Like, she was my maid of honor, I was her maid of honor, and it just felt like, oh god, am I annoying you? I don't know. So now I'm kind of like, I don't know what to do. Yeah. Amazing response on one friend. Yeah, I know. I know. And the one friend who had the amazing response is a friend I've never even met in real life. Like, they're just someone that I know. And it's like, ugh. It's something that's changed for her. It's not anything that's your responsibility. Yeah. She could be in a weird space. She could be busy. Yeah. I mean, again, if anything, I feel like I'll probably just be like, yeah, we should totally, like, catch up at some point and just kind of, like, leave it at that. I don't know. And I know that she's not, like, a big phone talker, this friend. Like, we send each other normally, like, Instagram videos or things like that. And that's normally like, oh, good. You're like, honestly, getting, like, an Instagram video from someone is like, oh, they thought of me. You know what I mean? Like, it's it's that pebbling thing with penguins, you know, like, hi, I saw this thing and I thought of you, so I'm sharing this thing with you. Like, I love it. I love it. And you know, sometimes I know there are people out there who get like annoyed because they're like, I don't know, or they don't find it as sweet, but I'm always like, oh, this person saw this and thought, like, even if it's something that I've seen before, I'm like, I love that I have now been thought of like multiple times by multiple different people that have also like I clearly either have like people know me for different things or whatever, you know, like it just makes me happy. um because I am very genuinely like, gifts like are one of my love languages. And again, we've talked about this before, like gift giving and all that. It is not like, oh yes, buy me an expensive gift. It is like, I have, you know, the hell, James gave me this the other day. Hold on. He was cleaning up his office and he goes, I found this rock. He's like, I think you would really like this rock. Would you like this rock? Yeah. This is I like this. It's heavy. It's very smooth and it's really pretty. I love it. He had this from I don't even know when. And he was just like, oh, instead of getting rid of it, I thought you might like, yeah, love that. Love that. You don't have to buy me like anything. I have in like a jar up there is a rock that he literally brought me from, I like rocks. Literally a rock that he brought me from when he was in the army still, and he was doing like drill stuff, and he was like out in a field doing like, you know, shooting stuff. And he was lying there and there was like one really pretty white pebble that was really smooth, and he's like, what is this doing here? Megan would love it, and picked it up and brought it home. Like, he put it in like his uniform, kept it safe, and brought it home. Are you kidding me? That's the sweetest thing in the world. You saw something and you were like, Megan would like this. Like, yeah. Like, that's, you know, even like the Pokemon cards, like, yeah, okay, are they, you know, a crap ton of money? No, but was it sweet because you guys are like, Megan would like this? Yes, absolutely. That is a love language thing. I do love a good meme share, yeah. Internet friends that sound like good people. Internet friend is someone who is exactly who they seem like, you know? Like, nothing about them is fake. And I appreciate that. Oops. I think Megan and James are penguins. I mean, all I'm saying is that I technically cannot fly either, so, you know, maybe. Maybe I am. I'm also flightless. Oh, and after I was so excited and felt so good about being able to wear my engagement ring yesterday, I don't know if any of y'all caught, I'm not wearing it today. I got a hive on the inside, like right here, and I was like, nope, not gonna mess with that. I do not want my finger to swell while my ring is on, because sometimes it's hard to tell if like the hive is at like the peak or at the end when I wake up. And if it's at the end, it's going to get better as the day goes on. But like if it's just starting, it's gonna get worse. So I was like, well, I'll wear my cheap ones today. I can wear my nice one tomorrow. But that felt so good to be able to have that on again. And have it fit. Oh, freaking medicine, man. Freaking vertigo and hives and just life kicking me and making me not be able to do things and take care of myself. And Ugh. I hate it. Boom, Mr. Well, I don't think that it was because of the ring. Unfortunately, I do get hives on my hands right now. Like yesterday here was really bad. And here, nothing is as miserable as getting a hive like right in here. It's hot and it itches and it's awful. So I don't know if it's because I ended up washing dishes yesterday. Like, cause James was taking out garbage and I like ended up, you know, emptying the fridge and like washing dishes and stuff like that. So sometimes if say I wash my hair, so like I'm in the shower longer, or I wash dishes, sometimes I get hives on my hands just because I feel like it's been irritated. Like even if I wear gloves, I don't know. I definitely want to see, because I know that the rings obviously never bothered me in the past, and if they do, then I definitely want to talk to like a jeweler / allergist or both to be like, well, what are my options then? Because as much as I love my little, you know, $10 set from Kohl's, I want to wear mine. They've held up surprisingly well, though, honestly. Almost a year now. If you were here last year, you might have remembered me getting them because at that point the hives were like really bad and my brother's wedding was coming up. And I didn't want to not have like my ring on in photos. And so I wanted to find some like cheap alternatives so that if I had to like cut them off, like because a hive like messed up my hands, I wouldn't care. So we got like a couple of cheap ones from Kohl's on like sale with a coupon. I so before the hives came back, during the 3 months that they were gone, I was wearing makeup more. Like a powder foundation that had like stuff in it to help with like, you know, skincare. A little blush and a little mascara, and that was it. Unfortunately, I have not been able to do that because, and it's not even that like the makeup is irritating, but removing it, it's the removing process that ends up irritating my skin. Because I'll feel fine wearing makeup all day. I'll take it off and I'm like, oh God, that's gonna cost me tonight or the morning, like the next morning. So like I could wear it all day and not feel itchy. And then it's like I take it off and it's like, damn. And even then I use like, I have like Face Halo, which is like a little like reusable remover versus like a chemical remover. So like it's just like water and soap. Like water and like the Dawn body wash, the Dove Dawn. the Dove bar soap that I use. Yeah. Can you imagine I'm washing with Dawn and that's what's causing all of these issues? Just using dish soap. A lot of makeup has metal in it. Metal allergy often means you can't really wear makeup. Oh, does it? That's gross and fascinating. I learned something new. I'm going to bed now. Good night. Dawn giving hives would make a lot of sense. Dawn, the penguin allegations still stand. You know what's actually really interesting? Dawn dish soap does work really well on oil-based stuff, including tar. Once upon a time, we had a long-haired collie, like think Lassie, right? Her name was Sadie, and she was dumb as a box of rocks. She was beautiful, but she was stupid. Hi, Dith, how are you? And my parents had just gotten the driveway paved. Now, Sadie and Cooper were both really well behaved, and they never really left the yard, right? I mean, we had like a fence, like an invisible fence, but neither one of them ever used it. Like, we didn't have to have it. Little Miss Bright over there decided to walk down the driveway that day after they had paved it. And she came back with fresh tar all over her furry feet. And we ended up like trimming as much of it as we could with scissors, and like we couldn't get it out. And I finally looked at my parents and I'm like, all right, this might be stupid, but Dawn dish soap. So we filled up the dog tub, poured a bunch of Dawn soap in there, scrubbed her feet after they soaked for a little while. Sure enough, it worked. And I remember sitting there thinking, wow, there's always ads about this stuff on TV for like penguins and like ducks and things like that. Long-haired collie. Check. Do I have a heat allergy? I am heat sensitive. I am hypothyroid. So I was hyper and hypo, where my body would go back and forth. And so in order to make that stop, I did radiation treatment for my thyroid, and it killed my thyroid, and now I have no thyroid, so I take medication to simulate having a thyroid. And because of that, I am sensitive to heat. I also take anxiety depressant medication, which also makes you sensitive to heat. And for a while, I was taking a crap ton of antihistamines in order to combat the hives, which also makes you sensitive to heat. So yes, but also I don't know, I'm not 100% sure if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? So she uses clarifying shampoo occasionally to do a reset. Dawn would definitely do the trick. Yeah, Dawn is questionably effective. It really is. It's very, like, gentle, you know? I wonder if you get hives with heat exposure rather than sensitivity to specific chemicals. So I've been dealing with the hives now on and off for over a year. Yippee! They started after I just had finished my bout of vertigo. I am a medical mess. And so we're trying to figure it out. I'm trying to see an MCAS specialist right now, or I have an appointment, but it's not for a couple of months. To try and figure out if it's possible that I have that. Like, it's a lot of problem solving. You know, the doctors want to put me on like some kind of an injection to treat the hives, and I'm like, no, because I am very sensitive to medication. And the last thing I want to do is have some kind of medication that I get injected once a month. That just seems like we're asking for more trouble. My health hates me, yeah. Builds up over time despite washing, yeah. Wee, meat body problems. Yeah, my flesh sack hates me. It's been a constant fight ever since we moved. I joke with James that it's the house that we're cursed. Like, the house has brought me amazing things in my cats, right? But there's also been quite a fair share of stress and heartache, so, you know. Found a supplement that actually helps my nerve pain, but now I can really feel all my joint and muscle pain. Ugh. I hate that. Part of me wonders if the hives might also be because of, maybe like, so there's two thoughts here. Maybe one is, I do know that I have like vitamin deficiencies, and I have not been taking anything other than what I absolutely medically need to, which is like my thyroid medication, my anxiety medication, my PCOS medication. Like, that's it. You know, I'm not taking my fast acting anxiety medication. I'm not taking anything that I don't really need to. So I wonder if it could be either hormonal, because, fun fact, Megan is, the gray hairs on my head are, they're appropriate for my age, if you will. And I don't know if this is hormonal related. Like, are we doing some perimenopausal stuff? I don't know if it is related to the fact that I need certain multivitamins that I'm not taking. So there's a lot of, it doesn't make sense. There's a lot of my body doesn't make sense right now. I realize you're joking about the house, but if it changed when you moved, you may want to consider if it's mold exposure. Yeah. Definitely something that I can look into. I mean, one of the things that happened, which was my bout of vertigo, that wouldn't really be caused by mold. That was like a whole different thing, you know? How does something else always seem to pop up when we fix one thing? Yeah, a couple of years ago, I woke up one morning with debilitating vertigo. Like, the fact that I can sit here in my chair and I can craft and I can move in my chair and like spin around. I mean, I can't spin around anymore, but like the fact that I can like do this in my chair is amazing, because a couple of years ago I couldn't. Like, the vertigo was that bad. I would end up on my back just like wanting to not exist anymore. So I am extremely grateful that issue, see, and this is where, you realize that you still have trauma. Because I didn't want to finish that sentence, because the other day when I was saying out loud that I was really grateful that my hives had been behaving better, the next day I woke up and they were awful. So all of a sudden I'm like, maybe I don't say that. Maybe I don't say that, because as soon as I say that I'm grateful for something, it seems to be like, oh, you are? Well, then we better bring it back. So, you know what? I'm not even going to finish that sentence. Not even going to finish it. Yeah. Now you eat alphabet soup. It does have all the letters in it. We also have been looking into getting a water softener for the house put in, where it would remove a lot of like chemicals that are in the water for like our whole house. and that would help, you know, not only with like showers and hand washing and things like that, but just I feel like it would be good in general. They're expensive though. So I don't know. It's hard when you have a bunch of debt already to be like, yeah, let's throw a couple more $1,000 on, you know? But at the same time, I'm like, if it helps, it's just frustrating because it wasn't an issue before, you know? And then it became one, and it's like, come on. Yeah, I heard that they changed it. I don't know how I feel about them changing it. I know a lot of people are excited about it. And I get that it's because not everyone has cysts with PCOS. But what about those of us who do? Like, I literally have cysts on my ovaries. Like, I don't know. I guess it almost is like, why isn't it now like two separate things? Do you know what I mean? Because, like, fun fact, in order to most of the time be diagnosed with it, you have to have kind of invasive imaging done, if you know what I mean. And I remember like looking at the screen and being like, "Oh, are those eggs on, like, you know, where my ovaries are?" Like, "Oh, that," and they're like, "No, those are cysts, honey." And I'm like, "Oh. Oh, there's a lot of them. They're like little and all over." And I'm like, "Oh, right, cuz ovaries, they produce," and I'm like, "Oh, that must be what those are." No, sweetie. Nope. Oh. Yeah, a shared root. I guess it's also the metabolic. Why is it metabolic? I don't know. It is, your whole system is messed up. I don't know. I struggle sometimes with name changes. I especially feel like because it's been such a struggle to get like recognition and like research on PCOS, that now like they've changed the name, it almost feels like I don't know, that like people aren't going to know what it is anymore, like with a new name. I don't know. It honestly makes me kind of feel like, you know, autism, like, you know, it's a spectrum. I kind of wish that they had done something similar in like the renaming. I hope so. The US is such a disaster right now with women's health that it almost feels, maybe that's why I'm jaded about it. Because women's health here right now is scary. You know? Feels like they're moving the goalposts. Yeah, I guess that's kind of where I'm at. It doesn't matter what it's called. We need more, like, research. We need more understanding. We need more treatment options. I don't give a crap what it's called. Do you know what I mean? That's gross, Diego. The amount of times that women are dismissed for pain or discomfort because it's just, oh, it's just like, you're just being dramatic. You're just like, don't bite me. I hate doctors. I hate them. Hypermobility spectrum. Those people say EDS or HEDS. Yeah. Yeah, because again, EDS I feel like is more known than HSD. Do you know what I mean? It'll probably take me a while before I start remembering that it has a different name. I guess if like the name change came with like a bunch of like, here's so much stuff that we just found out about ways to help, blah, blah, anything. It just feels like we changed the name. Great. Super. Why are we focusing on that? I don't know. I think it's hard to be someone who lives in the US with a female reproductive system. Yeah. When they're smaller, big, yeah. Some perspective versus whole system's perspective. Yeah. I like that they're recognizing it's a whole endocrine system that's causing the issue. Correct. Yeah. I would agree with that. There's definitely good things about it. As someone, this is where I realize, I used to say as someone who, with anxiety, I struggle with change. But I realize now that that is autism. That I was never formally diagnosed with, but I am peer reviewed as autistic. And I realize now that my struggle with change is not all anxiety based. Because here I am, like, fighting desperately to not have this change. Why? Why does it matter? It doesn't. But it's because I don't like change. I don't like change and I don't want it to change. In the grand scheme of things, does it matter? No. No. It doesn't. But in my brain, yes, it does very much. Thank you. The times I realized stuff like that since my diagnosis, yeah. Yeah. Change is not a friend of mine, no. I literally have meltdowns because of changes. And the amount of times that I have said that's not how it's supposed to happen while crying uncontrollably is too much. You know? It can even make sense and I still won't like it. Yes. I think that's where I am with this. I'm trying to present all these reasons why it's not a good idea. And guess what? They're not asking me. The name has changed. They don't care. Oh no. I cried several times when I first found out that I was getting my apartment. My parents were very confused. I was like, I want this, but oh my god, so much change. Yes. Fun Megan story. When James and I moved in together, okay, we moved in, our apartment was literally 5 minutes from my childhood house. The one that I grew up in. The only house that I have ever lived in, because I did not go away to college. I went locally. I commuted to college. I went to like, you know, a major university, but I lived close enough to it that I just commuted instead of lived there because I didn't want to have to pay to live there. And I honestly didn't really want to deal with, like, I'm not a party person. I did not want to deal with a bunch of people who were drinking and partying all the time. So living at home was ideal. Moving in with James was the first time I ever lived away from home. Never even went to a sleepaway camp. And the amount of times I would call my mom, who did not live far away, crying my eyes out because I didn't like it and I missed, not that I didn't like it, but that I missed home, that I was homesick. I lived 5 minutes away. Was so much. You know, eventually obviously that changed. But and same thing when we moved here, you know, we moved from an apartment to a house and I cried leaving there. It was also the first time that I ever lived outside of New Jersey. Cried about that too. Cause like I knew that whole state pretty darn well because that's where I grew up and, you know, where I knew everything. And all of a sudden everything was changing. Did it matter that, well, we could afford to have a house if we moved? No. That we were actually going to be moving closer to my parents. Like, it was just, all of it was like, nope, change bad. Alephion! Oh my god. Where's my mouse? When it applies directly to you, it's not what you were diagnosed with. Having it adjusted is difficult for sure. Yes, I was diagnosed with PCOS, not this whatever the new one is. I don't even know what the new one is. That's not what I was. I understand that it's the same thing, but that's not the same thing. It's the same, but it's not. Ooh, chat. It's time for the super sparkly sparkles. All of this green is the extra sparkly sparkles. Yes, I caught it. Just to like try and... Nope, those are sparkly too. Hold on. Let me find another green. I think that you might be able to see the difference. Yeah. The ones on the left have like the iridescent coating, so they're like extra sparkly versus the ones on the right. I'll have to take like a proper picture. Because I feel like the camera doesn't do it, you know, justice. I still live in the same town I grew up in. My parents are 10 minutes away. I was very much like, I want to go home. Yes! That's your favorite one? Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, like, nothing really changed about anything other than that, you know, I now lived with a boy. And all of a sudden I had to, like, make decisions about what to eat for dinner every night. Because, like, distance-wise, I wasn't, like, having, you know, when we moved here, when we moved out of the state, that was a whole different learning curve. That was a whole different ball game and a whole different reason for anxiety and stress. And then COVID happened, so on top of that, you know, that's kind of where the joke about the house being cursed came from, too, was because we moved here in 2019. Then we had 3 pets pass away within 4 months. COVID happened. Like, it was just a lot. It was just a lot of things happening. My agoraphobia got way worse in this house, but I also worked really freaking hard to make it better. And I'm finally feeling better about it, you know? It's not cured and I'm not better, but I feel better about how I'm doing. The progress is there. The progress is noticeable. Like, James definitely, he hasn't really said as much, but I know he can tell the difference from when he left and when he got home. A lot happened in 8 months. Can I tell you all, one of my, like, the things that has made me, so, you know, if you've been here, I had applied for disability. I've been going through that whole process, because I'm not able to, like, work a traditional job, and truth be told, streaming is not cutting it anymore. The way that the cost of everything going up has been, you know? And one of the things, I don't think I told you all this, one of the reasons why they denied me this last time, even after meeting with a judge, and, like, it was all online, because I asked it to be, so I didn't have to go in person, because I would not be able to speak well. With, like, a lawyer, with everything. Do you want to know what they kept citing? Besides the fact that they told me I could do jobs that I couldn't do. They kept telling me that I had a higher education, because I have a master's degree. And so that surely that means that I am capable of functioning outside of the house and doing things. And not being disabled, because I had to go to school and get my master's degree. I haven't met with the judge again, but I can't wait to, because I'm going to be like, hi, so, Judge, do you wear glasses? Do you know anyone who has a hearing aid? Because guess what? At one point in your life, you probably didn't need glasses. And at one point in their life, like, my mom didn't need hearing aids. But guess what? Your health changes. And just because you were able to see fine or hear fine without assistance doesn't mean you don't, like, that you don't need them now. Just because I could get my master's degree doesn't mean that I'm able, like, just, it was so infuriating to read that they're like, well, she went, you know, higher education, this, and that. What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Like, for real, what? The inability to make decisions, that's real, Emily. Yeah. Honestly, that was when I almost said, like, screw it, I'm throwing in the towel, because, like, clearly the government doesn't care. I mean, obviously we know that. But, like, I literally woke up one day with the vertigo. Like, anyone can become disabled at any point in time. You can go to bed and wake up the next day, boom, something's not working anymore. Oh, that's how that works, right? I didn't know that. I didn't know. I didn't know that my higher education... You know what, chat? Damn it. I should have taken my diploma when the vertigo came and, like, held it up like a shield and be like, be gone, I am highly educated. This piece of paper that says I am a counselor says I cannot be touched by illness, mental or physical. I am an educated woman. If you got into a car accident and lost the use of your legs, it wouldn't matter because you used to be able to walk. Exactly. Absolutely refuse to acknowledge how being disabled is the only group of people that literally anyone can become a part of. Yes. And you know, I follow this one content creator I love who does workouts for, like, he breaks them down. I need to actually do some of them. He breaks them down where he's like, you know, if you're not able to do this, try this. And he shows like simpler versions of ways to do the same exercises from like the normal way, I add in quotes, like that the exercise was originally meant to happen, a modified way for those with less mobility, and a further modified way for those like and I love it. I love it because yes. And there are so many people in the comments in the past who are like, or stop being a lazy POS and just do the workout the way it was intended. And every single time I'm like, I will comment sometimes on those and I'm like, do you not realize that you could literally wake up tomorrow and not be, you could be one of these people who now needs this workout done this way? Like, makes me so mad. Because it literally happened to me and people just don't think. Like you were just saying, you could be in like a car accident. It doesn't even have to be like health related. It could just be an accident. Yeah, you know who. Okay. I had to prove that I couldn't work by trying jobs out. I mean, to prove that I couldn't work, guess what? You would have me work and I would just be like, hi, I have to call out. Why? Because I'm having a panic attack and I can't walk in the door. I literally had to call a doctor. Like, I remember there have been a few times where I'm like, wow, my agoraphobia is getting better. And then I'll go somewhere and I have to like walk into, like, this was a hospital, and go like up a second story and then go all the way to the back to see my doctor. And I'm like, yep, that's not happening. Had a meltdown, breakdown in the middle of the hospital. Had to call the doctor and be like, I can't go, sorry. And they're like, oh, are you running late? I'm like, no, I'm here. And they're like, do you need help finding it? I'm like, no, you don't understand. I'm here, but I can't get to you. I'm like, I am literally sitting here crying in the downstairs of the hospital because it is too overwhelming to walk any further into it. Like, it's not even helpful for disabled people. Yeah, sometimes people have to start simple and work up. Yep. It's like I see people who get all pissy about like mobility aids. Like one thing that I think is really clever that I've seen a lot of are can openers that are like meant for either soda tabs or cat cans or like any kind of pull top can. And people will be like, why can't you just do it the normal way? You don't need a tool for this. And I'm like, okay. But, and luckily those arguments I've seen a lot less of, where people are realizing like, okay, maybe you have, you know, hand mobility struggles. Someone else, yeah, tab buddies. Someone else is like, okay, well, what happens if you have long fingernails? You got your nails done for an event and you don't want to like break your nail. Same thing. Like they're just, mobility aids don't take away from anyone. They're just adding. They are just, they are a good thing. And when people get so upset by them, I just want to like scream. Because it's like, literally, it's not. They are genius. I agree. Love to put others down to make themselves feel better. Yes. They do. You don't need the tool, but someone else does. Correct. Yep, at this point in my life, I don't need a walker. I'm not going to say, well, then walkers shouldn't exist. Because that's stupid, and other people do need them. Like, what are we, you know what it is? It's very narrow-minded thinking. People thinking that, well, since I don't need it and no one in my life needs it, why should other people need it? And you're like, what? Be there when those people are old and frail and broken and they can't do anything and they remember. Yeah. Yep. Don't worry, Emily. Thank you for the lurk. All right, ads are about to play. Somehow it's been an hour. So we will pause here. Get a snack, a drink, use the bathroom, take your meds, move your laundry, stand up and take a stretch break. Play Words on stream. You won't miss out on any exciting Diamond Dot action because I'm not going to be doing any. So when we get back, we might keep going further because we still have an hour and that's all I have left to do. I'm getting quicker. I'm getting quicker at this, chat. Look out. I'm unstoppable. Be right back. Thank you all for sitting through ads. I appreciate it. Alrighty. Let's keep going. Not my chair rolling too far. I said, let's keep going, and the chair said, great, where? But also, I agree with what you guys were saying as, like, ads were getting started. Like, mobility aids are a good thing. Having things be more accessible is just better in general for people. It's more accessible for, you know, like ramps make it so that moms with strollers, I should say people with strollers, can walk there. It makes it so that people with wheelchairs can. It makes it people that are riding bikes or scooters or whatever. Like, it's just good. The chair was a paid actor. Chair said, wee. Or delivery people bringing all your Amazon packages around. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. Work Wi-Fi is working on my phone, but not the computer. Dang it. Plus, ramps make it easier to move larger, heavy items. It does. And again, same thing. Anyone could end up needing a wheelchair or mobility aid at any point in their life for any number of reasons. It does not. The houses around here all have a bunch of stairs in front of them. Yeah. Even our house, it doesn't have a bunch of stairs, but it does have two, and my cousin is in a wheelchair. And so we have to make accommodations so that we can get him in and out of the house. The house was built in the 40s. It's just how the house was built. So we have, like, ramps that we bring up, and he, like, drives up our lawn. Because it's just, like, a really steep angle to go down. So... driving home. Drive safe. Time to start on the butterfly. Well, more on it. We've obviously been working on it, but this is the first blue bits on this one. Diamonds and hearts. Accommodations don't even need to be that physically, physical necessarily. Could just be that you work better with different hours, or yeah, that's true. This one's a teal. Oh my god. Oh, big day. The heart is a teal color. Yeah, that's true. In school, I had like testing accommodations so that I could have more time taking tests. Because it's bad when you have ADHD and anxiety and a bunch of other things, and so you're like looking at the clock and being like, "Oh my god, I have to get this done. I have to keep going on this test because the clock is running out." No, oh my god, like, and you just stop focusing on the test at all because you're too worried about running out of time, and then you run out of time. Mm-hmm. Went on medical leave for my job because they wouldn't grant my request to work from home despite my getting chronic panic attacks when I'm in the physical office. Yeah, accommodations are important. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I'm so sorry that that happened. I understand. I also have panic attacks when I leave my house, so I know it might not be the same situation, but I definitely understand the struggle. My dyslexic ex had a scribe for his exams. Oh, that's interesting. I originally read that as my dyslexic ass. I don't know why. Rude person called me to tell me an appointment I had that was in a week is actually in 15 minutes. Oh! I love that they were rude. Not. You know, I understand that anyone can have a bad day, right? And that's why sometimes people act the way that they do, but like, you don't need to make your bad day someone else's problem or spread your bad day to someone else, you know? I'm sorry. That's frustrating. Sure wish I knew about at least my ADHD when I was in school, yeah. Be a nice person, I know. It's not that hard to be nice. It's really not. Heavily suspect my partner has delayed sleep phase syndrome. Does his best work between noon and 8 p.m. Doesn't get tired until around 1 or 2 a.m. He does fantastic work, does not between the normal hours of 9 and 5. Mm-hmm. Yep. I understand that. I never did well early in like school or anything like that. I would much rather have a later start. If I'm left to my own devices, I don't get out of bed until like 12. Yeah, at this point in my life, I get up at 9:30. I go to bed around 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. That works for me. I know it wouldn't for a lot of other people. Like, my parents are early birds. They are up at like 6. I have never been that person. And then even, you know, when I was working before we moved and, you know, whatever, I worked as a crossing guard for school, and then I also worked as a after school coordinator, like a, not really a manager, but like the person in charge of like one of the school's locations for their after school program. And I can tell you, I was never once running late to my afternoon after school program. But that before, like that early morning crossing guard, whew, that was rough some mornings. Especially in the winter. I would not want to get out of bed. Anytime I'm not working, my sleep ends up 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. Yeah. Does that work for my 9 to 5 job? No. Yeah. One of the early people, even more so because my job forces me to be up early. Yeah. My hubby is a day sleeper. Is that required for his job? No, but luckily it's flexible. That's good. Yeah, honestly, James's work schedule, or lack thereof, is something. Like right now, he'll actually have some kind of semblance of a schedule for like the next year, and then it'll all go back to being hell. And it sucks because it's a good job and he likes it well enough. But it's just hard when your sleep schedule gets messed up all the time. Way more with the day sleeping gang, even though that isn't what my body likes. Oh my gosh, more pretty teal! Oh. I hope that the appointment's good, even if the person was rude. Thanks for the lurk. Oops. Oh, my foot's asleep. I was sitting on it. We now have pretty blue sparkles. Oh, yeah, you guys can tell. Look, oh my gosh. You can tell the iridescence on those. Stranger danger! Hi! Also, stretch reminder, friends. Are you sitting like a shrimp? De-shrimpify. You know what's something that's still a little weird? Is when James gets home and, like, Patch isn't losing his mind. Still a little weird. Shifty eyes, yeah. I see you sitting over there, all hunched up. Hey.
I got my fancy tablet.
Oh.
I can show you some of the books that I've had to memorize.
Well, if you had to memorize them, why do you have them on your tablet?
Well, they're not memorized.
Oh.
Close to it, though.
Done. Oh, I guess there's a little spot here. Should we keep going? Like we did before? I think we should just keep going a little bit. Yeah. Why not? I got some time. Hello.
Hey, girl.
What's up?
How much? What was I going to say?
Mm.
Oh, yeah. So, plumber tomorrow, but I do have to go in the afternoon. I have a scheduled.
Oh.
I have a scheduled class. So, I know, frustrating, but it do be what it is.
It's stupid because it's like a hike for him to get to the Air Force Base. And there, guess who's not getting reimbursed for gas or mileage? Can you not just do it on another day? Like, you're not getting reimbursed for going there.
No, but they only hold the classes certain days of the month.
Okay.
Like only so many times a month.
Uh-huh.
And that's going to be one of the ones that I need to do, so.
but you're going to be there for over a year. Why do you have to? I just don't understand you having to go in for one class.
Because that gets me qualified to fly locally quicker.
Is this bullshit 20-minute thing?
No, this one's gonna be a little bit longer. I actually got to go in for measurements and a whole bunch of other weird stuff.
I love the military. It's so fun. It was funny, we were trying to summon you before because I'm using my phone to record. So I was like, I'll call him on my stretch break to ask him to pick up paper towels.
Okay.
But when you texted that you were on your way home, I'm like, come to stream. Come to stream. So, I know because I called you. I would hope that you didn't forget. I wouldn't be surprised. If it's required, they should be reimbursing. I don't know why they're not. Why aren't they giving you money for gas?
I don't know.
Have you asked?
No. I think it's because it's like considered my home base now.
That's great and all, but we can't afford for this amount of gas right now. With what you're getting paid.
I don't think I'll be going in as frequently as I am once everything's settled.
Like, how much longer am I diamond dotting? Not, like, I'm not gonna finish this whole section, but until 6. Gosh, it'd be really great if I could get 2 of these big sections done in, like, one sitting. Maybe as I get speedier at things. Is it within 50 miles? There's a weird government reimbursement policy that anything closer than 50 miles one way is considered local. Is it 50 miles? He's not listening. James.
Yeah.
How far is base?
Like 30 miles.
30 miles. So far enough that he has to get gas a lot, but not far enough that they'll pay him back for it. Hooray! Government! Also, look at y'all with your cutie little plants next to your names. That's fun. What time do you have to go in tomorrow?
Gotta be there by 1.
What happens if they're not done?
Figure it out.
I need to, like, yell at them a little bit about the mess they left last time.
Oh, yeah.
Be like, you literally cost me a day's worth of work. They don't need to know what I do for work. I did have to cancel stream because they left a freaking mess. Oh, your bestie's coming. Stupid only having one badge, I know. I get it. I still have my Ditto badge. I don't blame you. Yeah, no, I get it. Part of my job was getting the government to reimburse my travel over 50 miles, and it always required pre-approval and like 3 forms of long write-ups. It was like pulling teeth, literally. I don't know what you did, but anything with the government is like pulling teeth. Everything is hurry up and wait. You better hurry up and get this thing all filled out and done and ready. Wait. We're not going to hurry up for you. No, no, no. You want to get home? Tough. Sit and rot. And then they yell at us for not traveling more. Yeah. Hi, ma'am. It's time for the arty visit. I would kind of prefer not right now because I uncovered a big spot. I love you, though. Oh, James.
Yes.
So, Mittens does know how to do math.
Oh. Oh, no.
Mm-hmm. I was standing, and I was like, he was checking out the girls and talking to them and, you know, doing all his cute stuff. And I was looking at something on my phone. I was standing right there, and it was fast this time.
Oh.
Like, there was no calculations. He just was like, yeet.
Well, he had run all the calculations prior.
Yeah. Hello. Hi. Hello. Who's so beautiful? Also, I just noticed I totally missed a spot right there. Hello, gorgeous. And next thing I knew, he was like over the gate, and I was like, oh my god, and like Pippin's looking at me, and I'm like throwing the gate open, and like he starts to run away from me because I'm like running towards him, and now he's running towards Pippin, and I'm like, no!
Panic.
Everyone stop! Cat when the activity requires 0 cats. I'm pretty sure Pippin's in the room too. Yeah. Is Pippi in here too? I think she's cleaning up your crumbs. Yep. Here, I was just cleaning your nose. There you go. You had a crusty. Hi, Pippin. Oh, good. They're both here. Hi. They say this picture's about us. Of course we're here. See, look at me, Chad. I'm so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Hi, Pookie. Hi. You are the sweetest girly. Who's orange? Because you're a sweet girly too, Pippin. The most beautiful of orange babies. Hi. And Pippin has flopped over on the floor. Hi. You know, your dad is sitting in his office doing nothing.
I said hi to her. She was like coming over, and then she was like, nah.
Uh-huh. No, I'm telling her, not you. Because she's like, no, I gotta bother you. Right? Hi. Right? Oop. You're being such a good helper. Holy cow. Have you ever seen such a good helper? Oh, also, are you listening?
Yep.
So, Mittens was out in the living room playing before stream.
Mm-hmm.
He was having a great time, and he literally went and he was laying down in the cat tunnel. And he was like, I'm just gonna loaf here. I found a little tunnel. This is my hangout spot. And I was like, buddy, I have to stream. And he just would not come out. And I'm like, what do I... And I ended up, James just picking up the whole tunnel and bringing him outside like that. And he came out of it and was like, wait, what?
This isn't where I parked my car.
This isn't where I parked my car. Oh, gosh. These, I swear. They're like, there we go. I feel like I need to make a Mittens emote. We made one for Gandalf when he was here. We already have Artie Math, so... Might as well. I had been, you know how I've shown you guys my, like, I guess little sketch thing that I did of all of the cats, like in the different poses, like different angles as like my reference for my emotes. I had started doing one with Patch too. Because I was like, I need to make some Patch emotes. And I still might draw some. But not right now. James says I should still. But
So what?
draw the patch emotes I was going to.
Absolutely you should.
Yeah, I said I probably will, but not right now. I need to animate this. Make one of Mittens falling off the table. I might... I should message Angela and be like, hey, how would you animate this for me as an emote? I don't know how I would do that. That would be fun, but that feels like way too complicated for my ability. Him falling off the table. But yeah, a tail swish one is great. For sure. He's out there right now, yet like meowing. You hear him?
Yeah.
He's like, oh good, my other human's home. Excuse me? I haven't been said hello to? Excuse me? Excuse me! Cats are fun. What if it was him hiding in the tunnel? His tail sticking out? I almost feel like I could draw him as like... It's like we have Maple Tap, right? Which is obviously a reference to the Bongo Tap cat. I could totally do a pop cat like that, but have it be Mittens instead. Because he's a talker. He's a chatty boy.
He does like saying a lot of words.
He does. He has a lot to tell us. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Megan O2 Yap. Or him on his back with, oh, for belly rubs. Also, I sent this picture. I messaged the shelter today, by the way. James.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I haven't heard back yet, but
Okay.
I gave them an update. I told them that they need to remove his shy tag.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's no longer... That's a lie. He is a social butterfly. But I also sent the picture of me holding him like a baby that you took. You're not listening.
Oh yeah.
What did I say?
Like you taking a picture of him looking like a baby?
I said I sent them the picture that you took of me holding him like a baby.
Okay.
Because he also really loves to be held like a baby.
He does.
Like this. Like, butt in one side, head on the other, and like scratching. Seriously, one of y'all should adopt him, please. Then I can get updates about him. And you'll get, like, the greatest cat.
Oh, I gotta start asking around the squatter.
Yeah.
I thought about that earlier today, and then I got distracted with 1,000 things that I was doing.
Talk to your curling friends, too.
Yeah.
No longer shy boy, but still soft boy, yeah. It's like, now he needs, like, a social butterfly tag. And, like, friendly. The way that he wants to be friends with all of my cats so badly. And they're all like, eh. I have to show you videos, James, when I'm done stream of him and Maple. My flabbers were gasted. They were so good last night. I was really surprised. Mittens does a really good job of listening to my cats. So, like, my girls, when they hiss, he jumps sometimes, which is cute. He's like, oh. But he backs up. Like, oh, okay, you said no. And he'll go do something else. Like, it's not even like he backs up or he immediately tries again. He's like, oh, they said no, I'm gonna go play in my tunnel. Or I'm gonna go climb on this thing over here and look out the window. Like, he instantly is like, oh, they said no. And off he goes. Maple last night was mesmerized by the fact that this cat didn't run away from him like the girls did. Right? Because every time that he approaches my girls, they know, and they back up, because they're like, ugh, this guy. Ugh. Or he'll, like, run at them, and they'll run away. Or some kind of semblance of the two. Or they hiss at him, and he doesn't back off. He doesn't have good cat manners. But with Mittens, he was just like, oh, hey, what's up? And they talked a little bit, and they sniffed through the thing. And then at one point, like, Maple tried to smack him, and Mittens tried to smack him back. And I was like, hell yeah. Absolutely. And, like, Maple, you could tell, was like, that's possible? Like, well, it wasn't even like, it was like someone else can do the same thing to me that I do to them. What? They each got some treats for being good. And then when they, you know, were separated, like, everything went really good. And then Mittens also jumped the gate when I tucked Maple in. James stopped listening. Oh. Yeah, I tucked Maple in and I came back upstairs and Mittens was in the kitchen. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I left you on the other side of that gate, sir. Pulled up the camera, I'll show it to you. The illegal math that happened was so freaking cute. But yeah, I was really proud to see, and, you know, I mentioned this to the shelter too, that he has good cat manners. I don't know if it is, you know, that he lived with other cats. I have no idea, but he listens appropriately. And he kind of meets them where they're at. Like, Maple wanted to smack him, and he's like, okay, bet. But neither one of them had nails out. Like, neither one of them were being sharp about it. They were both just like, you know, one of these. So he's allowed to hit back. I told him that. I'm like, listen, you can fight back, sir. Like, you're allowed. I've told Pippin and Artie that before too with Maple if he's being spicy. I'm like, you guys can be spicy back. I mean, in the case of Mittens, it is, you know, there's even less worry because they both have FIV. So, like, oh no, what are you gonna do? Bite each other? Like, okay. And even then, like, normal bites aren't the problem. It's like the deep bites, you know? But I really hope that he finds a house with, like, other cats that he can be buddies with. I think he would like that. Kind of like how Tigger initially weren't really sure if he would. Oops. But yeah, neither one of them got, like, all puffed up or angry. It was just, like... Which is good, because Maple was, like, a raging jerk to him the last time that they met. And I don't know, honestly, part of me thinks that Mittens might have smelled more hormonal back then. Because it's been a month now. So, like, the hormones have kind of worked their way out of his system by now. And so I almost wonder if he smells less like an intact male cat, and that's why Maple's less, like, pissed about him. We're getting so much done. We can probably get that done, too. We're definitely starting to speed up on this. Maybe it's also that, like, we didn't have, like, you know, subs or raids today. So I wasn't folding paper stars. We were just yapping a lot. My cats get non-recognition aggression. Oh, if you take one to the vet, they come home, they don't recognize each other. Yes. I have heard of that. All of my cats came from my yard. They were all either stray or feral, and I befriended them and fed them and then took them in. And the cat that I'm fostering right now is my latest neuter from my yard. So far, with chat's help, we have TNR'd 5 kitties. And I have 3 of my own. So, this guy smells wrong. I hate him now. Yeah. My plan now is to take my girls to the vet together since they are friends, and I feel like that would just help them both, like, not be stressed. And of course, the last time that I had to take one of them to the vet, or no, I was taking Maple to the vet, and then Artie started having an upset stomach, and so this was back before she was on her prescription food. So then she ended up going to the vet with Maple. My parents had to come because they hate each other. And so basically, like, one came out, saw the vet, then the other came out, saw the vet. Like, it was very dramatic. Cats. Mittens is screaming again. Oh, yeah. Good call. Damn it. Pen, come back. Okie dokie. Exclamation point ticket to enter our ticket giveaway. You might be like, what's the ticket giveaway for? Well, every Friday we do whatever chat votes on. And if you get here early at the beginning of stream, you can claim first, second, third, or one of 5 early birds, and you get to vote at the beginning of stream. But as a way to say, hey, thanks for being here throughout stream, we also do a giveaway at some point during stream when I remember. Or when chat reminds me. So if you win, you'll get to vote on what you would like to see me do on Friday. What would you guys like to do tomorrow? Because it's game day. And I'm thinking that we do our villager hunt. We played a different game last week and then did a little bit of villager hunting, but I wanted to check in. See what you guys wanted. Do we just want a villager hunt? Do we want to play... Do we want to finish that cozy cleaner game? And then villager hunt? What's the vibes? Cozy cleaner? We could definitely finish that one. And then swap. I'm good with that. You're good either way? Also, if we're over the villager hunt but want to do Animal Crossing, we could, like, work on, you know, building. We have a lot of stuff still to do on the island. If we want to play that, but you're like, please, dear God, not the dodos. You know? Won't be around? No worries. Oh, no, ads. You're still enjoying the villager hunt, but if others want to skip it, that's okay. I'm fine either way, too. That's kind of where I wanted to see what everybody's thoughts were. Please let me snooze, you ads. Why are you being so dumb? Discord vote? Oh, on the villager hunt? We could. Last call for tickets, by the way. Get them now while they're hot. Not the piece of fuzz. I ordered an ice ticket. Oh. Awkward. Well, let's see if you get one. Raccoon! You won! What would you like to vote on? Needle felting, you got it. I shall add that as soon as I am done with this little section. Well, we got a lot done today. We were only supposed to go to, like, here. So everything past that was extra. I kind of want to keep going, but I also have to cook dinner and be a responsible adult, so. Extra credit. Oh, snap, crackle, pop. Okay. Ready? All right. Progress time. Ta-da! Wow. It's getting there, you know? Not too shabby. A beautiful butterfly. Okay. It attacked my glasses. Here, we'll go back over here too. And here it is without the backlight. Hang on. There we go. That's what we got done today. Oh god. Okay. There we go. We did from here all of that. So what we'll probably do next time, honestly, is this bit and probably like this rose. Because this is, do you know what I mean? Maybe we'll try for, I don't know. I don't know, because it has an extra little bit down here. Like this is one square here. So that would be like 2.5 squares to do. That would be a lot. But if we could do 2 squares a week, then we could actually get some of these other ones done. Because Lord knows I've got more of these. Although the algorithm does really love the current content, so do we just milk it, you know? That's the question. Gotta do what the Instagram wants, right? What Instagram wants, Instagram gets. Alrighty. Well, that is going to do it for us today. I'll be back tomorrow. We will finish playing Cozy Cleaner, and then we will decide from there what we do. Because I don't think that that's going to be... I know that's not going to be the whole stream. There's just not enough there. So we could either do Power Wash Sim, we could do House Flipper, we could do Animal Crossing. I'm open to whatever. So anyway, I hope that you all have a lovely rest of your time zone. Remember to eat something tasty, to drink some water, to take any meds that you have to take, to be kind to yourself and other people. Remember, you are loved. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a lovely rest of your time zone. Come join Discord. Here's my social media. Okie dokie. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.